Greg from BGM Rentals. We're going to go over our 2013 Jayco motorhome. It is a Ford 450 Super Duty. It's a V10, Triton V10. It functions fairly similar to a pickup truck. You have your normal dashboard controls, your parking brake, your brake release, and your hood release. This button here is important. If for some reason you leave your lights on or your battery goes dead, if you hold the button in while you start the motor, you can engage the coach battery to help jump start the motor. Very important if your battery goes dead. Okay, let's move around to the front. Again, it is a Triton V10. You have your washer fluid, your battery, your oil. This is your dipstick for your transmission fluid. Right down here is your dipstick for your oil. You have your brake fluid, your coolant, and your power steering fluid. Down here is your generator. It's an Onan 4000. It has plenty of power to run your generator and your fridge and the things on board, the TVs. It does not work to run the generator and the microwave at the same time.
Air conditioner. So the air conditioner and the microwave cannot be ran at the same time with the generator.
Right. The next compartment is your battery for the coach. Slide out.
And how many volts is the battery?
It's a 12-volt battery system.
Correct.
You have storage compartments. In here we have gloves and the downspout for the sewer system. We also have this here. It's set up to help your sewer system drain at a gradual decline. Next is your power. You have a 13 amp power cord.
30 amp.
30 amp power cord. We also have an adapter so you can go from the 30 down to a 110. Also in here is your cable hookup, cable and satellite hookup. Here we have our water heater.
And how many gallons?
It is a continuous flow water heater or a tankless water heater. It is turned off. You need to have it turned off while you're going down the road. When you park the rig and hook it up to water or have your water pump running, you can turn it on. It does not start automatically. Once you turn on the hot water and water pressure starts flowing through, that's when the heater will kick on. So it only runs when it has the water pressure pushing water through the heating system. Okay. We do have a low point drain for your fresh water. I do have water in the tank, so if you open it up, it will drain your fresh water. You may want to drain your fresh water before you come home. If you're out dry camping and you have water in the tank, you want to lower some of your weight. Oh, another thing that I did not get. You have an outdoor shower. You have hot and cold water. I would use it sparingly to wash off the dog, to wash off the kids after hiking, wash off some of your toys like your motorcycles, bikes, things like that. I would use it sparingly because it does run off your water. Gas. This is your gas tank. It takes unleaded fuel. You're running in a gas engine, not in a diesel. So use regular gas. This is your water hookup. We do provide a white hose for culinary water. It is important to use the culinary hose. There are controls inside to run the water through the system. If you're hooked up to a water system, like for the city or in the campsite that has water hookups, the settings are 1 and 6. Settings are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you're dry camping and you're running off of the water in your water tank, then you want to set it to 3 and 5 so that it regulates the pressure in the hoses to run off of your water pump. We do provide the trailer fully furnished. There is lots of storage space. But we do provide camp chairs, garbage bags, the barbecue grill. There's a portable table, hot dog roasting sticks, things like that. But there is lots of storage in this compartment. There are multiple storage compartments around the rest of the trailer as well. For the sewer hose, we have our sewer hose here on the back. It attaches right here. And then you take this end and put it into the drain. When you are draining it, it is important, keep in mind, you want to drain your black water first. It's the water that goes from your toilet system. And then your gray water. You want to drain your black water first so that when you drain your black water or your gray water flushes out your hose. The gray water is the water from your sink. It's the water from your shower. So the black water is your sewer system. This is the holding tank for your shower and those things. We do have a camera, a reverse camera. So when you put the trailer in reverse, you can see what's behind you for when you're backing up. There's a ladder to get on top of the roof. Should you hit a low-hanging branch or something like that, you need to see if there's any damage or anything on the top of the roof. Here's your ladder to access the roof. Other than that, I'd recommend staying off of the roof. You do have the slide out here. Notice we have awnings that go over the top of the slide outs. That's to help keep water, snow, other things off of the top of the slide out. So if it's raining, you won't get water that goes in through the slide and into the coach. There's more storage underneath. The next system we have is, this is for your heater and for your refrigerator when you're running off of propane. This gets very hot. Do keep in mind, if you open this storage and you prop it open, you're blocking your exhaust. It gets very hot. So if you're running your refrigerator off of propane or you're running your heater, please be aware of that and make sure that that is closed so that your exhaust is open. Here's your propane compartment. When you stop to fill up for propane, the person filling up your propane will take care of this for you. The one thing you need to be aware of is where it is on the trailer so that you can park the rig so that they can fill it up. This is to turn your propane off and then back on. In this compartment, we do have some safety items. We do have flares and orange cones to put out on the road in case you have a flat tire or have to pull over on the side of the road for any reasons. On that note, also, we do not have a spare tire or a jack. That's a common question. We do provide roadside assistance. If there is something that happens, such as a flat tire, you run out of gas, anything like that, please call the roadside assistance. That's what they're there for. They will come and take care of those kinds of issues.
And that would be a 24-hour roadside assistance, correct?
Yes. Yes, it is. We do have speakers on the outside of the trailer so that you can listen to your music, things like that on the exterior part of the trailer. For the barbecue attaches here on this railing. And then there is the connection here underneath. You plug your barbecue hose, your propane hose in here, and then it will then plug into your barbecue. So you run your barbecue off the propane system for the coach. Inside the trailer, this first button here is the power switch for your coach. Right now, the light is red, power is on. If you turn it off, it turns off all of the power from the cab of the truck back. So everything shuts off. So if you're having trouble turning on the lights, water pressure, you don't have pressure to your water pump, you can't put out your awnings, anything like that, this would be the first thing I would check to make sure that you have power to the back of the coach. The next button is the awning. We're gonna the awning out and back in. All right. The next button inside is your speakers. You do have speakers inside the coach and you have the speakers outside, and you can switch between the two, whether or not you want to have your sound outside when you're sitting outside listening to the stereo, or inside when you're inside listening to your stereo. There is a fire extinguisher. You just pull the pin, point, and pull the nozzle down, shoot at the base of the flame to help put out any fires. Right up here, we have your interior coach lights that run the lights for the main compartment. Your electrical step will go out every time you open up the door. If you want to leave your step out and not have it go in and out every time you open the door, if you turn it off, the step will stay down. As a safety feature, when you put the keys in the ignition to the truck and start the engine, the stairs will retract. your exterior lights, you do have lights on the outside of the trailer, and this is the light switch to turn those lights on. Next is your thermostat. Set it to auto, cool, off, running off of gas heat. Gas heat will run off the propane, and it blows through the heat vents on the lower part of the trailer. If you set it to electric heat, it runs off of heat generated from the air conditioning unit, and it will blow through the air conditioning unit. And then you have your controls to go up and down to set your temperature. Inside the trailer, you have a switch to turn on and off your water pump. You have the gauges to check your battery. Currently, it's full. Freshwater tank, empty, black, and gray. Your generator, we start from inside the trailer. If you hold the generator switch off to the stop position till it lights up, turns red, and then start it, it starts up very easily. Again, your generator runs off the gas for the engine in your gas tank and will power everything in the trailer. The only thing to be aware of is running the air conditioner and the microwave at the same time. The microwave and the air conditioner pull too much power and it'll trip your breaker. Turn it off. We do have an inverter in the trailer, which allows your outlets to run off of a 110 power off the battery. So you can run the outlets off the battery while you have your inverter running. That will drain your battery fairly quickly, but you can watch TV, things like that, using your inverter. Your slide outs. The top one works the room in the back, works the bunk beds. They're currently out, but you just push them to come in or to go back out. When you're operating the slide outs, please look around the slide outs before you push them in or out to make sure that there's nothing in the way. Walk around the trailer, make sure that if you push the slide outs out, that you're not going to bump into like the water hookups or the power hookups for the campground that you're in. The bottom one works the slide out with the couch and the stove on the inside, and them back out. We're going to leave them out so we have more room to walk around inside. We do have the dinette. The dinette will fold down into a bed. Underneath, there is a latch. Slide it out of the way, then the table just slides down. You pull the cushions out of the way, it'll slide all the way down, and then you can set the cushions on top of it to make a bed. Right.
is storage under each cushion. So if you need extra space for putting pots or pans or anything else, there should be extra storage underneath.
Right. There are these drawers that have storage in them. But as you mentioned, this second half underneath the benches does have extra storage. So and that space is available. You can store extra things under there. To work the TV, TV will slide out. You have the remote to turn the TV on. The controls for the TV work through your stereo, the Clarion stereo. It's currently on radio. Let's change that. Oh. The stereo works, the TV, things like that. If you wanted to put in a DVD, the DVD goes in through the stereo and it plays through the TVs inside the coach. Or on the remote, you can switch your input to TV, press OK. And change the channel. I think while I was doing that yesterday, I switched the cable to the cable TV. Here's your TV antenna. You can send it up to get a better signal. If you pull down and twist the cap, it turns your TV antenna around so you can adjust the TV antenna to get better signal. When you go to bring the antenna back down, these two notches need to be lined up so that the TV antenna, when it lays down on the top of the trailer, lines up with the trailer. And then you just screw it back down.
Your own chili?
Right. There is a fire extinguisher or a fire alarm in the trailer. The lights for over the couch, there's lights here. There are lights here as well for over the dinette.
And is the smoke detector also a carbon monoxide detector?
No, it is not. The carbon monoxide detector is right down here. It also detects gas, flammables, things like that. It will go off if you use a cleaning agent that has a lot of alcohol in it. It goes off if it smells the propane. It goes off for the carbon monoxide, hairspray, perfume. It's very sensitive. Next, let's move to the stove. You have 3 burners on your stove. Turn it to light. And then this button will spark the burners. Very easy to operate the burners on the top of the stove. To light the oven, turn it to pilot light, and then down underneath, in the back, you do have to light the pilot light. Hold it in for a little bit, let that pilot light run for a minute. It heats up the sensor, and then you can turn your gas on and it will ignite. Your sink. I don't have any water pressure because I turned off the water pump. There we go. And the water's back on. For the refrigerator, there are a couple of different adjustments. Your temperature setting, your mode, and your power. I would suggest leaving it in auto. If you leave it in auto, it will adjust to whatever is most optimal for the trailer. So currently it's set to auto, and if I check, it's showing me that it's running off the AC because I have the generator running. So the most optimal thing for the trailer is for it to be running off of the electrical provided by the generator. If the generator was off, it would search to see whether or not it was best to run off of propane or whether or not it would be best to run off the battery. Which brings up another good point. The carbon monoxide sensor will also go off if the battery for the coach gets too low, and the generator will also shut off if your gas tank gets below a quarter of a tank. Coming back, we do have the bunk beds. They also have lights for each of the bunk beds and curtains for privacy. They also have their storage underneath. And there is a door right here to close off the compartment. Moving back, we have pantry here, extra food. We do have some cleaning supplies in the pantry. And moving into the bathroom. The shower. It does have a latch. Please latch the shower door while you're traveling, otherwise it will open and shut. It'll bang if it's glass, so we don't want it to break. We do provide stuff for cleaning. We also provide toilet paper because we need to use specific toilet paper that dissolves quickly and doesn't clog your sanitation system. There's towels, hand towels, washcloths, everything you might need in the trailer. Things do move around while you're traveling. There are things in here: air spray, hand sanitizer, bug spray. These are chemicals for your toilet. When you empty your toilet, you might want to throw one of these in there. It helps to break down the different things in the toilet. They're also scented so that it will help it so that it doesn't smell.
What if somebody wants to plug in a hair dryer?
You do have the outlet here. It is a GFI outlet. Like the microwave, your hair dryer uses a lot of power. So be aware, your hair dryer does use a lot of power. It may, if you have the air conditioner running, run too much power and trip one of the breakers as well. There are a lot of controls in the bathroom. This is where you control your hot water heater, cooler temperature, and hotter temperature. You also have controls over your water pump here in the bathroom. These are all lights. And that one is for your fan. This switch here turns on. We have heaters on the gray water tank and the black water tank. If you're camping and it's cold, below freezing, we do have this hot water tank heater to keep those two tanks from freezing. Master bedroom, lots of storage space up above. Also lots of storage space over here.
Do we have storage space under the mattress at all?
The storage space under the mattress leads to the large storage compartment in the back. So that you can access storage under the bed. It leads to the large storage compartment in the back. Underneath the bed as well is the fuse box. You have your main breakers up on top, and then your 30 and 15 amp fuses on the side. One more thing, if we look here at the dash, we talked about the backup camera. The backup camera feeds into your stereo. So if I put the vehicle in reverse, it will change your camera to your backup camera. One of the other features we like about this trailer, if you turn on your blinker, the camera will change to the cameras that are in your mirrors. So it will show you your blind spots on either side to help you navigate. I don't have anything else. Excellent. Appreciate your time. It's Greg and Melanie with BGM Rentals. Hope you enjoy the trailer.